Okay, so good, you can see my screen. So it was mentioned to me just now that y'all have not forked the repo before. So when y'all log into the repo via GitHub, you should be greeted something that looks like this. This is Paul. That's interesting. Well, I'm going to click on, what you do first is you go up here over fork, and you're going to click fork, make sure you have access to the repo. It says where should you fork it, click on your username, and it says okay, forking. You used to have a really funny picture of an actual fork, but guess no more. And now you'll notice that you have your username / csci 315 fall 2021 forked from here. So that's the repository you need to work from. What you do in order to clone it, you go over to code, you copy over the command. Now, fortunately, GitHub changed this over the summer, so this may take you a long time to figure out how this works. But then you go bring up a terminal, we'll go to wherever you want, I'll say repos, and then you basically paste that command. Looks like I need to put git in front of it. So git clone, there we are. That's what mine is. You may have a different one. It looks like HTTPS works this way. I use SSH because I have SSH keys. You will have to look up how GitHub does their new key system. I don't know if it's hard or easy. It was intuitive, but to me it was. Well, once you do that, you hit enter. It says cloning. It gets all the information. Your first clone will probably take a while because you're getting some binaries, so I'm going to let this run. Also, wow, really? 100 kilobytes per second? So while this is loading, what did y'all use? Did you use GitHub or did you use something else?
Kind of did. I kind of faked my way through GitHub.
I really did, yeah. I just like posted it directly to GitHub instead of.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You gotta talk to me, guys, okay? If you don't talk to me, what just happened is what's gonna happen every single time.
We ended on time, and now we got this care, like.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. You gotta stop me. Don't assume everyone else knows, because they don't. Apparently, they fear me or something. Well, anyways.
People answered your questions. It sounds like they knew.
You can be the guy that slows down class. It's okay. All you're going to get are stares. That's it. That's all they'll do. All right, so it finished, resolved those deltas. I do an ls. Oh, I have so many things in here. But it made the directory for the repository, and then this is where the directory, where your repository is now checked out, or a copy of it. What's important, very, very important, make sure that you clone from your username the repository. Do not clone from the course one, because if you do, when you go to submit your assignment, it'll say fail, and it will not let you do it. And you'll have to redo it, but with your repository. To double check to make sure that it's correct, you can do git remote-v, and it should say that origin is your username / csci, etc., git. If it says csu-cs here for origin, and it says csu-cs, you're doing it wrong. It's the wrong one. Delete the directory, go back and clone the correct one. Now that you're in here, let's see, lab 01. Let's do the uname-a, which was the answer to the first one. Let's see, hide that vim Unix. And then I will paste it, save it. Now, before I do anything, let me show you that currently under the Professor West, the forked repository, I can go over to lab 1. If I click on unixcommands.txt, my answer is not here. The way you add, you do add Unix commands. That tells Git that the next time you create a commit, add the changes to this file to that commit. To create, now here we only have one file. If you had multiple files, you could add a bunch of them. But right now we only have one, so we're going to do git commit. Let's go and do -m for the message. Make sure you do the message, otherwise it's going to bring up a terminal, or I'm sorry, a text editor. And if you don't know how to use that text editor, you're going to be stuck for a while. So I'm just going to call this lab01 submission. Make sure you in the quotes, hit enter. It says, okay, one file changed. That has created the commit. It is not on GitHub yet. If I go back here, I do a refresh, I click on Unix commands, it is still not there. All I've done is I've created a commit package to be pushed back up there. To push it, you do git push, and then it enumerate creates it and then pushes it up there. Now if I were to do a refresh, now it is up on GitHub, and that is how you submit your assignment for this one. Obviously you need to do the rest of the work. I only did the first problem, but notice I also only submitted it to my repository, or the Professor West repository. Lab01, Unix commands, there it is. Please don't edit files through GitHub. It's going to be a really long semester if you do it that way.
Yeah.
So please learn to do it this way. I don't even want to try and think of how much time you're going to waste. But just for clarification, if I jump back to the class or the course repository, I go back to Lab01, you notice that this one doesn't have anything there because I'm using your forked repository. Since I'm an owner of the forked repositories, I can go into anyone else's fork. I see that the 3 people here are the ones that forked it. So I hope everyone else watches this video. Yeah, and then I can actually go in and view it. When you click on fork the number, you should only see yours. If you can see others, we got problems. But it should just be yours. All right. That help any?
Should. I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet?
I mean, I need to know what program I even need to use to do any of that, but yeah.
Well, apt inst. Oh. It's already installed, but that'll pull down Git, and now you'll have Git so you can actually run it. So that's how you install programs under Debian-based systems, which is what Ubuntu is. Sudo, execute this as root, run the program apt, send apt the command install because we want to install a program, and then send what program you want to install, Git. Yeah, I was going to ask any other questions, comments?